locked behind the Master Sword instead of only the cape. As well as the Ether and Bombos tablets could also have progression. And come with me if you want to live. Ooh. Quake is the first item. Alright, so people are going to be going through the standard escape. So this is the normal way vanilla game where you go through rescue Princess Zelda. The only difference is we don't know what weapon we're getting. We got the fire rod, so we have a pyromancer uncle. Alright, we're going to see if any of our runners can get a lucky bomb drop. Got a couple red rupee drops from the guards. So the bomb drop is going to be significant because there is going to be 3 items in the sewers part of Hyrule Castle, which are locked by the bomb or by the boots. So as the runners are going through, we're going to wait and see what we get. And the map is the first item, so we know that the back 3 items will all contain something.
I'm back now. Sorry about that. I had some issues getting my video stream up and running.
Hey, welcome back. So in case you missed it, we had Quake in Link's house, and Uncle is a pyromancer this week.
I do kind of enjoy getting the fire rod as a fun bit to play, especially when you're not too worried about magic in this first run-through.
Yep. All right, it looks like 2 of our runners did pick up bomb drops, so Gamer Cal and Jim will be able to check the sewers. Hopefully GFE and Illus will be able to find a bomb at some point.
I always enjoy running through the very first bit of the sewers, seeing everybody kind of synced up, and who happens to find a bomb drop tends to be the most biggest interesting moment.
Oh yeah. So again, guys, we got us 4 runners, and we have about, I think, 42 runners in total for this entire race. So we got Gamer Cal, Illus, GFE, and Gem. All of these runners are very good at this game. We're going to see a very, very good match. We're going to see execution, and we're going to see a lot of logic gambles. Let's see who comes out ahead.
That tend to really pay off. For the person who tends to run and go check Agina's Cave, if Agina's Cave has that item there, you're going to put yourself way in advance.
Oh, yeah. One of those unfortunate, way off locations. Usually you want to hold off on getting it until Desert Palace, but who knows when you're going to be able to access that.
And that's, of course, what makes Agina's Cave such a big gamble. Do you want to go all the way out of the way when you know you're going to be coming past it later?
Exactly. So, pretty lackluster escape as usual. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest, to be honest. We do have at least bottle vendor money, so.
Looks like we have enough money for bottle vendors, so I don't see any reason for anyone to try to do a Houlihan room as soon as we get out of here.
Yeah. Houlihan usually isn't done too often in standard. Usually you'd see that in Key Sanity for the most part, but I mean, it is a free, what is it, 235 rupees? I don't remember the exact number.
Oh, on that lines. Yeah, what I'm excited to see is as soon as we get out of here, to who's going to make the dip down and check out the dam and the mini Moldorm cave first, and who's going to go up and around Kakariko. I was like the moment when the 2 runners kind of cross one another right in the middle of Kakariko.
Oh yeah, those are always fun. All right, looks like everybody but Illus has bombs. Oh, there we go. All right, all the runners are going to be able to get the sewer item.
Just a little bit of money given to us from the Dark Cross room.
Yep. All right, and Jim has enough money to also buy some bombs if they need to at the end of their Kakariko run if they take the north route. Ooh. Gotta be careful, though. We're running very low on magic. I think that is the final fire rod shot that needs to be done at this point. So both Jim and Illus leaving with one fire rod shot remaining.
Gamer Cal and Ilias having exactly one bomb remaining to make sure they can get into this room.
Oh, there's our unique bomb drops, so we're okay on bombs now.
We're good on bombs, but still not finding any sort of interesting items back and down here. We're going to be making this Kakariko run.
Yeah. Usually you at least see I would say a second item, but we did get a second item in Link's house, so I would say maybe a third item, but let's see what this chest has. Oh, just a heart container. Alright, now the question, are we going to get a map check from anybody? Yes, we are. We have I saw a red crystal at Eastern, and a blue crystal at Hera, and a blue crystal at Desert. So all three pendants in the Dark World. How does that make you feel?
It is a red crystal over at Eastern. With the three pendants in the Dark World, this could be a very quick seed. If our pendants happen to fall on Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, and Swamp Palace, then we could be running through this game very, very quickly.
Yep. And wow, 8 bombs out of the tree pool. ₹20 at the Lumberjack Cave, so Aghanim is off the table for now, but he could be coming back very rapidly.
If we need him for Dark World access later in the game, absolutely.
But that type of knowledge is always good to know. Oh, hey, look at that. Waterlogged flippers.
That could be buried underwater too, I guess. Dan paying us off, giving us some flippers, meaning we'll be able to come down here. Illis will be able to check out Ice Rod Cave, check out Mini Moldorm, and then swim straight to the Hobo.
All right. Looks pretty good.
We don't have quite enough money in order to make the run all the way up to Zora, but there's also no reason why we wouldn't check the Waterfall Ferry while we're at it.
Exactly. All right, checking the Thieves' Den. Nothing much in the front. Good dispatch from Illus on the Mini Moldworms.
An ocarina down there.
Ooh. Fast travel, go.
Illis definitely taking that lower route to the dam first is paying off, giving him both an ocarina and the flippers.
Yep, and I don't blame the save and quit instantly to go to town. I do not blame that in the slightest.
Once you get into town and activate the ocarina, you can just go ahead and flute straight to the 8 spot, and you can get yourself right back on that lower route track.
Yep. Oh, hey, speaking of Zora money, 300 in the well.
It seems like my wish might be coming true of a fast seed. They're really giving us a lot of mobility right here at the beginning.
Moon Pearl.
Commentator's curse, right?
Oh, we want mobility. You know what we need? We need the boots. Where are those at?
Time to go fast. Bottle vendor? No.
Nope. that would have been sorcery if he had those.
I'm calling back at the tavern. Boots in the back of the tavern.
All right. Oh, we got a swag net. Now let's be mean. Let's put boots in Ganon's tower with the torch, with the key on the torch. Let's just do that. Let's just be mean. Let's just do it. Oh, we got a glove though.
That also is very huge for mobility. I can say the last 2 runs I've done, it's taken me more than halfway to find the first glove, and you move very slowly without one of those.
Yep. So, from the looks of things, we are 1 item away from Dark World access, looking for either a hammer or a glove. I did not catch what was on the library. Jim just
I
darted
didn't catch
in
that. It was
and
a very
out.
quick. It might have been the mushroom.
We will
Nope,
get
it's the
another
lamp. It's the lantern.
lamp. Interesting.
So we're talking about items of mobility. That lantern right there makes all those dark rooms nice and easy.
So that is a very interesting thing. So now we know where the boots can't be.
That's a good point because the lantern is locked by the boots. So there's no way the boots are going to be in the dark maze and pod.
Yep. They're not going to be behind Armos. They're not going to be in the pyramid.
Not going to be behind Vitreous.
Can't be behind Vidi. Can't be behind Trinex. Can't be on Laser Bridge.
What about the island in the middle of Lake Halea?
When we find out where the mirror is, yes, that would be valid. And Illus, go ahead and activating their flute.
And there's Gem going down there, catching the dam, and Gamer Cow picking up the dam as well. They'll be getting their flippers and then their flute shortly thereafter when they take out the mini Moldworms.
And then they're going to see the flute and they're going to go, really?
And right back to Kakariko they go.
Right back to Kakariko.
With this play, her going down, with Illus going down and picking up that flute first, by circumstance, it gives her a little bit of an advantage. Not much of one, and there's so much game to play, but it was a good play for Illus at the very beginning.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Starman Zero is crushing my vibe. Unfortunately, the boots cannot be in Ganon's tower. Because there is a dark room in Eastern, which is a crystal.
There you go. So where are these boots going to
be? But that's okay. It's more fun trying to guess where things are anyway.
With everybody having the flippers now, it seems that the next most logical run is, since you're down on that right side, is to go ahead and catch Ice Rod, catch Hobo, catch the Waterfall Fairy.
Yep. And we're close to 500 rupees already, so I'd say, yeah, let's go say hi to Zora. Got a desert check from GFE, and ooh, those are pretty.
Those silver arrows will definitely be coming into our pockets at some point in time.
Oh my, yes. That is a very easy check. Of course, now, the arrows themselves don't really do much.
Until we find that bow.
We need a bow. I still don't understand why we can't just stab people with the arrows. I just don't understand why we can't do that.
You know, that would make the game very, very quick. It's like, found silvers. Stab, stab,
I mean, we also made Shovel Knight. I mean, why can't we use the shovel?
Maybe those references came out after this game?
Maybe. I still think it would be interesting.
Thinking about by stabbing him with the silvers. And we're getting our Hobo check here down by Illus, and Hobo has for us...
Hammer!
There's the hammer!
And that's Dark World access.
There we go. And so after we finish this runaround check, I know my next play would go to see what Hype Cave is holding for us.
I would agree. Finish up this southeast play and get done. And speaking of Eastern, Gem is heading that direction.
Interesting. Going to do the Eastern before doing the rest of the south. Well, go to southeast side. I mean, it's a smart play. It's a bold play.
Powder. Bombs and bombs. All right. And with that hammer and Hobo, Magic Bat is in logic. So
that is true. At this point in time, we've been given like pretty much all the items we need to open stuff up. We've got Dark World access. We've got the Moon Pearl. We have the ability to get onto Turtle Rock by means of the flute. So it's Paradox.
Not Death Mountain. You did say Turtle Rock. We do need the mitts for that one. But
that is correct. I'm sorry. I meant to say we can get on top of Death Mountain. I misspoke.
Not all right. That's quite all right. Happens to everyone. And here we go. Pod is a 6. Swamp is blue. Mire, I think, was a pendant, and I did not catch the last one.
Mire was a green pendant.
Ah, Mire was green.
The pendant, and Thieves Town is a pendant.
Ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Mire's one of the longest dungeons, but Thieves Town is just it's such an easy way to run through. I mean, I would still probably jump in and check the first 4 chests anyways.
Oh, yeah. Hype cave full of money. Okay, so... look at this. We got rupee grinding.
Looks like everyone wants to make that Zora check while they're in the area.
Let's see if that one pays off.
And here heads up Illis. It looks like Illis is going to go ahead and check to see what's on that pyramid ledge.
Yeah, pyramid and possibly checking catfish.
No, it makes sense, because then you can go ahead and just swip right over it and then take Zora right after you finish catfish.
Well, they could, but we don't have a mirror. And mirror on the pyramid. Yes? Oh my god! Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, that just made that routing perfect.
Illis just, the game wanted me to be correct when I said what Illis was about to do.
Clairvoyance is a thing, guys. I'm just saying, clairvoyance is a very wonderful gift.
If the boots are on the Lake Kalea Island, this is a seed of
Well,
all
they are not on the island, unfortunately. There was rupees on the island. I did see that.
I didn't catch that.
So very sorry, guys, but it's not too often where that happens.
And here's Gamer Cal under the Hobo Bridge, about to pick up her hammer.
All right, here's Jim. What does Zora have? Just a little bit of love.
Well, Zora's got a little bit of love. Let's see what the other fish has to offer us.
Can you get some lottery numbers? I make no guarantees of that, just so you know.
So you were saying earlier that with the new changes in the logic, that there's a new hint about things being underwater.
Yes, there is new underwater hints. If we do receive a underwater hint, we could see some caches underwater. Oh my goodness.
And the hook shot underneath the waterfall ferry.
That is Swamp Palace completion. We have Thieves Town completion. We are a Samaria away from, and Mitz from Mire completion. We have a potential pedestal seed on our hands here.
Oh, I mean, we're still missing a few items, because we definitely don't have the ice rod yet. We don't have the mitts. We don't have the boots. We don't have the bow.
Right. Well, we know the boots can't be on pedestal because of Mire.
Correct.
We know that. But oh man, there is a lot of choices here.
And now we have Gem heading up to Death Mountain. We're going to be able to check to see what's inside of Spectacle Rock. And we're just going to go straight in, not even bother checking the item first.
Reason being, there's a hint tile.
And we need to hint on those boots.
Always, we would like to know where the boots are. Not just bombs here, but let's see what the hint is. Oh, Cana Samaria is blacksmith locked.
Wow, which means Cane of Samaria is also Titan's Mitts locked.
Interesting. Wow. A lot of chain progression on in this seed.
Well, I don't think we're going to be heading into Turtle Rock anytime soon.
So that means the moment they get the mitts, pedestal opens. Just let that sink in.
Right.
We are a mitts away from a pedestal seed, guys. There is a lot of potential for that pedestal. We got the bow. We got the ice rod. We got Bombos or Ether. Mushroom is valid.
And here we have Gem walking into Paradox Cave after picking up that hook shot. It's a really good play. Let's get through these 6 chests hold for us.
Wow.
Bombs and arrows in the bottom. Let's go fast. Bring me the boots.
You know, I just realized I find it really sad that oh, nice triple from Gem. I find it really sad that Pod and Eastern are both red crystals. Hey, there's a sword.
Oh, finally get a sword? What do we need those for? Said we need them to check the Bombos and Ether tablets now.
We need the Master Sword to check those.
Bro,
and the book.
Step.
And the book. So. And Illus going into Tower of Hera.
We'll be able to get a hint tile inside of there right off the bat as well.
Actually, 2 hint tiles.
Oh, yeah.
Usually the one upstairs is the one where, oh, hey, the Tower of Hera big key is fire-locked in the Tower of Hera. It's like, some bombs in a bottle require a big red bomb.
Oh, those red crystals are no longer of interest to us.
Not necessarily. That bottle could be a thing. We won't know yet.
That's true. We have not found a bottle yet. And I was really hoping Gem was going to pull a bottle right at that moment.
We don't need any more witchcraft to the seat, I think. Chat might start getting on to us. And just as a full disclaimer, chat, no, we have no clue about any of these items. We're just as mystified as everybody else.
That wouldn't be any fun if we waited until we knew the answer, then pretended to predict it.
You've obviously never played a spoiler log seed, then.
I have not announced a spoiler log seed yet. No, I have not.
I have not announced one yet, but I've played a few, so those are always
I
fun.
most recently announced a Crossworlds entrance.
Ooh.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. Alright, so here's hoping the upstairs hint is the Tower of Hera big key is fire-locked on the Tower of Hera, because we love redundancy. I find that I get that hint a lot in Hera when I do have to do the basement. I'm just putting that out there. I've gotten that hint so many times. And it's like, thanks.
About having the hints so that we wouldn't have those redundant hints after you've already taken care of that. But I don't know how easy that would be to fix.
Yeah, that I'm not 100% on.
And there's another good clean map check from Gem in the lower right.
A glove requires the hammer. That is a very... Could the second glove be Vanilla Thieves Town?
That does require the hammer. I guess that's right, because it cannot be behind hammer pegs, because hammer pegs is mitts locked.
Interesting.
But if that's the case, if the mitts is that far into Thieves Town, which that would be the vanilla spot for the mitts, then we're going to clear Thieves Town, because we're already there. At that point in time, you're 95% of the way to the dungeon.
Right. Oh, yeah. Glove could be in Swamp, too.
That is true.
Because 90% of the chests are locked by the hammer.
The glove could also be an Ice Palace. You do have that...
No, it cannot. No, it cannot. Ice Palace is locked by the mitts.
There you are correct.
Hammerlock could be in Pod. Could be on Helmasaur King. So we got a few options for this second glove. Hey, that's both items. So we are done in Hera. Nothing in Hera, unfortunately, just 2 20s.
Not much, just getting the crystal out of the way for later, but it looks like GFE and GamerCal are going to take care of their Hera run right now as well.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I'm heading down to the digging game. We're going to get a chance to see what the digging game has to offer us.
All right. Well, they're getting a good refund on their dig game. Lots of money.
Sort of the opposite of what Zora tends to do.
Yeah. King ripoff. Hey, heart container. That's not too terrible. There
is looking like he's going to head on down and take care of the Swamp Palace now?
Possible. Ooh. Ooh, I just thought of another spot that glove could be. And we don't have access to it yet. Spike Cave. We do not have logical access there yet. That is a possibility.
Right. The hammer is necessary to get in there, but the logic says that you're not going to make it all the way through the spikes unless you have the cape or the cane of Burna.
Yeah. I believe it is cape or Burna plus a magic extension, I believe, is the appropriate logic. But Ilus definitely going in the swamp. I 100% back this play.
And Jem's giving us a magic bat check right now.
Misery Mire key and the big key are locked in Misery Mire. Okay. That's a good hint to go when you have to do Mire. If we have to do Mire.
If we have to do Mire, yeah. That means we're definitely going to have to go to the fire locked side in order to find the big key.
Yep. Possible vanilla big key there. But at least you know if you get the big key, you know the other one is the small key. So nice troll worm fight from Gamer Cal.
And so far, all this is going well in logic because we don't have the bow, so people don't want to dip into Eastern yet. We don't have the book, so we can't dip into Desert Palace yet. We've taken care of Hera. Let's keep on going down the line. Where can we access to find the rest of these items?
Yep. I actually have just been corrected in chat. Yeah, it's the other way around. Burna with no magic upgrade or cape plus magic upgrade. And a magic upgrade is constituted as bottle or half magic. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Keeping up us honest. Gem dipping into Skull Woods. There's at least 4 chests we can check right here.
Yep, and Skull Woods is actually 100%able. Fire rod and sword. That's all you need.
True, we do have the fire rod where we can rock through this.
And we got 12. Yeah, this is a healthy seed. We didn't even mention this. Look at that. Jim is already at 12 parts.
And we have a shovel. Time to shovel night.
Okay. We have a question in chat. Why is Ilus in Swamp? Ilus is in Swamp because she received it. There it is. That is the reason why they're in Swamp.
That's why.
Gloves were hammer locked. And there are 9 chests in Swamp that are hammer locked. So
that is true because you have that one gear that you have to switch over right at the beginning of Swamp that you need to have a hammer in order to get to that gear. So everything except for the first chest is hammer locked.
Looks like we are not getting a Thieves Town vanilla mitts today, but that's okay. There could be something else in that chest, though.
That is true.
So we are still looking for those boots. So with that, Ilus now has full pedestal completion. What do you do with this knowledge?
Well,
because they know where the Cane of Samaria is. It's on the purple chest. Do you check Mire and see if it's Quake?
That would not take very long to. Does have the mirror, and none of the other runners do. I would be a little more bold about that. I would just go ahead and zip down to Mire, take out to see what's in Checkerboard Cave, see what I need in order to get into Mire. But then I would try to head up towards Skull Woods, because once I complete Skull Woods, I can go ahead and check the pedestal right there.
If they have the book. So
that's a good
the other half. But there is also, let's go ahead and go to the Mire area. And like, if you can't get into Mire, well then, hey, mirror and do desert, because that's another crystal at least. And who knows? Maybe the book will be in there.
That's very true. We're also still looking for those boots. But at this point in time, there's a check at the very beginning of Ice Palace, and we have access to that as well.
Yes, we do. Oh, there they are.
Oh,
they're in the chess game. Okay. So now they possess the lamp.
We need. We're finding right in the area of where all three of these pendants are.
Okay, we have now found our first bottle, which now that Pyramid Fairy is likely not going to get visited.
Mm-hmm. We have Gamer Cal go ahead and finishing up the backside of Skull Woods.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. Crystal. Nice dispatch on Argus on Ramillus. Now the question, do they go back in? There is a big key and 2 items remaining.
Inside of Swamp?
Inside of Swamp, yes. They are not going to... Okay, they are leaving left side Swamp.
I'll leave that off to the side, and if need be, come back later. I mean, the time it would take you to come back later and the time to do it now is not that different. And if you're going back in and you find there's nothing there, you just spend a good chunk of time.
Yep, and look at that. They're just checking the desert ledge and then gonna just pop up. All right, let's see. If this is Quake, this would really strongly suggest Pedestal in my mind.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's Bombos. All right.
So we still don't have access to that dungeon quite yet.
And Bombos either in Mire Shed or Checkerboard, just because. I mean...
And Gem with the cape is going ahead and is going to pick up that item that's on top of Bumper Cave, which is the Ice Rod.
That's slightly required. In fact, where did Jim get the cape? Because I didn't even see her grab that. Or see him grab that.
I don't remember when Jem grabbed the cape either, but our trackers got it. Shout out to our trackers. Literally, Jen and Marty, thank you so much for all of your work and keeping us up to date on this stuff.
Ah. Fourth chest in Thieves Town, I've been informed. Ooh, desert.
That hit was just about quick.
So unfortunately, Illus doing desert prior to Thieves Town has to come back.
Oh yeah. Since the big key was on top of the torch.
A small key.
You needed to go to the other side of the dungeon to pick up the big key to give everything you need done.
And there's the second bottle. Gamer Cal finding the ice rod, knowing now that the cape is now required.
That is true, because we do have a crystal on Turtle Rock, so we're going to have to take out Tridex. We're going to need both the fire and ice rod.
Yep.
Jem remembering to head back to the library with her boots and to pick up that lantern.
Yep. All right, so yep, pet index hype. We are down to bow, ether, mushroom, sword, book.
At this point in time, the only... Oh, that's right, because we may need the book in order to check the 2 tablets to get the item that we need.
Correct.
Because
it's pretty much the only options left.
Logic again.
But bow is the huge one, because we got 2 red crystals that are locked. Although the Pyramid Fairy has nothing of value for us. It has the 3rd bottle and some cash. I think it was cash or bombs. It was a junk item.
Yeah, one of the 2.
Ooh, that's some good mushroom there. 300 bucks.
But we can just leave it there. The ladies work very hard making all those potions. They can keep the money.
Maybe it's a truffle mushroom or something. Jeez. Oh, that's right. Mushroom was already found, so yeah, let's remove that from the list. So.
Now, the hint earlier said that the Cane of Samaria was locked behind
Purple chest.
Purple chest. That's right. And so now that we have the mitts, we can actually go ahead and get the Cane of Samaria. Well, Illis has the mitts.
Yeah, Illis is the only one who dipped in the swamp. Everyone else has gone into thieves. With the exception of GFE, who is in swamp, so they're going to get handsomely rewarded.
Correct.
But it looks like, and they have gotten their mitts, and they are doing the left side.
Oh, this will be an exciting thing to see. Yeah, GFE also made the stop by the pyramid in order to pick up the mirror.
Yep. Had to have the mirror to be in here, so...
And Gem making the play to go into pod and see what we can find there. Maybe we'll just be doing the front bit. But without the bow, there's going to be a lot of chests that we're not going to be able to check. We can't necessarily check the chests on the right unless we know how to do the glitch to get rid of the mimics. But we also can't take out the mimics.
Yep, so we are not bow locked, and I believe Gem does not have a potion, actually. So, wouldn't be able to do that glitch anyway.
The potion, we can't do the glitch, but she does have the lantern, so she'll be able to check that dark maze back there and keep it in logic.
Yep. All right, did not look like GFE found anything too exciting in the back. So it's
Cal finding half magic in the attic of the Thieves' Town.
Ooh, that's useful. Oh boy, we have Meyer just opened up for business.
Bombos on the island.
No, Bombos and Super Money.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Hey, there's the red meringue.
Gamer Cal cashing in on their boots.
Oh, that is slightly huge. GFE doing the left side swamp, getting the big key, pulling the Master Sword out of the big chest.
Oh, that makes a big difference. So, for those that are catching us a little bit later, they have updated the logic, which now puts both of the tablets into logic so they can have progression items. By picking up the Master Sword, we can now check the 2 tablets once we find that.
I completely forgot about this. You can use Fairy Revival instead of a potion. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, I did not even know that.
I forgot about that.
Let's see if this
Not too often
glitch
you
paid
see
off.
that. That's one. Ooh, 2 keys. So yeah, definitely good.
Help us move through the rest of the dungeon. We better check out the rest of it. Gamer Cal saying hi to Stumpy, just getting a little bit of love from him.
At least GFE is going to have a lot easier time on Argus instead of doing a menu simulator.
That is true.
Gotta love hammer strats on Argus. Oh, that was the Sank card at Hype Cave. Okay. Good to
And
know.
2 more keys buried back in the dark side of the Dark Palace.
Something sharp requires the hammer. We have already obtained that. That would be the sword in Swamp Palace. So
That it would. So 2 things. It requires the hammer.
No, just 2. Yeah, no, 3. No, that's just mints. Never mind. I was somehow thinking Samaria was hammerlock too, but it's not.
Gem working their way through the dark side of the Dark Palace, hoping to find that bow as one of those final items. Otherwise, they're going to be dipping back out of pod and having to duck back in there later.
That's all 4 bottles. We found all 4. We know where all 4 are. And
Gamer Cow is zipping up to the pyramid and picking up their mirror. Now they're probably going to make that dip with all those hammer hints down to Swamp Palace to see what they can find.
Yep. And remember, Dodongo dislikes smoke.
I kept forgetting that.
Ironically, that hint is actually very fitting in that room because you use the bombs to kill the Stuffhouse Knights. So we are... So the ether index for the pedestal is live, by the way. We did notice that Turtle Rock is ether.
So the dreams of Ped are not dead yet.
Nope, they are very much alive. We have 2 items. We have 3 items potential.
Here's Gem is going to go ahead and dip on in and take care of their Tower of Harrowrun.
Alright, as Illus is navigating through Ice Palace, luckily getting a small key in that first chest, that makes this a lot less painless. Yeah, Ether, Bow, and Book are the 3 items that could be on the pedestal. One being a fetch quest, the other 2 being direct.
And here we have GFE deciding to pick up Jeremiah. With this, they will be able to get their Cane of Samaria. They're going to drop off Jeremiah, switch it over, pick up the item from whatever the smiths happen to hold, then take the purple chest down to the locksmith, and they'll pick up their Cane of Samaria.
Yep. Which unfortunately does them no good. That we know. GFE does not have the knowledge that it is Bombos, but they're going to be very happy with what they just got.
The boots.
Da boots.
And now we have a really fast running bullfrog.
So, I have a question. How come the old man on Death Mountain slows you to a snail's crawl, but Jeremiah can keep up with you? What's up with that?
Bullfrogs are faster than old men?
Well, even when you switch over to the light world, because he turns into his dwarven form. Gamer Cow picking up their mitts.
And now we're going to go ahead and give us a check down into the... Nope, nothing held for us underneath the spike pegs.
Nope. Arrows. Useless, because we need the bow.
Under that same logic, the the chest and the bomb don't move very fast either.
True. Well, considering you have to drag the chest, counterfeiters. Oh no. I consider that you're dragging that chest with like a very, 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 very ratty like piece of rope or something that just breaks when you put too much pressure on it. So if you run, it breaks. So you have to reattach it. That's my thought process with the chest.
Well, he has the hook shot though. Can't he just attach the hook shot and move the chest faster that way?
Now you're thinking logically, and we don't do that here.
I have a hunch we use the word logic a lot when playing this game.
You think? GFE getting their limp.
Gem taking out. Oh no, Gem getting trolled by Trolldorm as Illis works her way down and get ready to take out Cold Stare. So here we have an Argus and a Cold Stare fight simultaneously. That's two.
And Moldworm. So we had all three. We had three bosses at once. All different.
Now, if only Gem was on Vitreous, then we'd have three eyeball bosses all at the same time.
Oh, God. Well, I could argue all four. I could argue all four because of the eyes on Moldworm if you're playing Randomizer. Because it does put more eyes.
It is two eyes.
Sure.
Gem gonna go ahead. Now that we have this cave, we can definitely check out Spike Cave and see what we have here.
Potentially using that knowledge of this something sharp.
Or something locked behind a hammer.
Oh yeah, that too. Just a piece of heart.
A little bit more love. Always use a little more love.
Alright, so we do have a question in chat. Is GFE the only one who didn't skip left side swamp? So far, only Illus and GFE have gone into swamp. Gamer Cal went into swamp. I didn't see Jim go into swamp just yet. Looks like they might be doing that now, but yeah, GFE is the only one who did left side. I stand corrected. Gamer Cal is doing left side as well. Since they are going back in. They will be
back in. What is hiding back there?
Just a big key which unlocks the Sword of Evil's Bane. Just nothing major.
Shh. The Sword of Evil's Bane. There's like two others lying around this world somewhere.
Of course, now the fun fact, I did see this earlier in chat. So yeah, book on pedestal and both of the other swords on the tablets. That makes that sword required.
That is true if it worked out that way, but no one has decided to go for pedestal check, and no one's decided to try to clear Skull Woods.
Now, Skull Woods has been cleared. I believe you mean Meyer?
No, sorry, I was right. Someone did clear Skull Woods. I'm thinking that if we clear Skull Woods, then we're right there. We can do a check, but we can't do the check because we don't have the book.
Correct. Jim going to be going down, getting their mitts soon, and we're going to see where the runners go from here. I still say I think you need to bite the bullet and go into Mire. It's worth 3 items this seed because it's green pendant.
That is true, and everything is still kind of leading towards those pendant dungeons.
Yeah, because I mean, let's right now. Okay, we cannot complete Eastern. We cannot complete Pod. Desert Palace is
Correct.
completable since we do have the boots finally. Thieves Town is completable. Mire is completable. Turtle Rock is not completable because we still need Ether.
Correct. So that's the ones we're missing is because in order to get those crystals, Turtle Rock is not. Yeah, we need to find that bow. We really, really need to find that bow.
And then, so as a reminder, Jim has already done the Bowlock side of Pod using a Fairy Revival glitch.
That is correct.
And we do know that there are 2 small keys, so literally all Jim needs to do is just rush Helmasaur King at this point when they do get that, and then they can mirror to Eastern and complete that. Alright.
Anilla's going to go ahead and take out her Mothula fight while she's in the area.
Yep. Alright, Gamer Cal picked up their Master Sword, so let's see where we go from here.
Based on what I'm seeing out of all the runners, my next step would be to go ahead and complete Desert. It's a crystal. We need to get it done anyways. Maybe there's something that's going to be hiding behind...
Yep. Well, Illus isn't going to be going to Desert until they get to the chest game, as they are the ones with the knowledge that it is boots locked.
Correct. However, we have 1, 2, all 3 of our other runners have picked up their boots. So hopefully Illus will finish this and just work their way south and clear out Thieves Town and find their boots. We do have all 4 of our runners with the mirror. We've all made the trip to the pyramid, and 3 of our 4 runners have those mitts. It's Gem who has not made it into Swamp House to pick up her mitts yet.
It is.
It does have the mitts.
No, they do have the mitts.
They do. They have picked up their mitts.
Did they fight Argus? Well, I guess we'll find out on the next menu switch.
And here goes Illus down to Thieves Town. They will be very, very happy once they pop into this chest game.
No, okay, they got the mitts and darted out.
Got it.
Did not see a pendant.
So Gamer Cow going ahead and hopping into Desert now. We'll see that there's the key that we need in order to beat the dungeon. We'll grab that and hopefully we'll clear out all of Desert Palace while we're here.
I don't remember what the hint for Desert was, but I saw a couple rage slashes at it. Oh wait, was that the Quake hint, wasn't it?
The Quake hint, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And GFB getting the bad news that, hey, you need a cape.
Well, Jeb is following that logic right now to go get the cane of Samaria, because you've got to take care of the smiths before you can pick up that purple chest to take that down to the locksmith to get it open to find your Samaria.
So, I don't recall anybody checking the Mad Bat yet.
We did have a check on the magic bat, and I don't think it was anything significant. It was about 20 rupees, possibly.
Okay. One bad thing about so much divergence is you cannot split your attention all 4 ways. It's almost impossible.
It is impossible. You catch on most things, and I'm like, yeah, we're not going to worry about that. I remember Magic Bat not being significant enough to talk about it.
Gotcha. Oh!
You get another sword. That was on the graveyard ledge.
Graveyard ledge, yes. All right.
Illus seeing that ice rod up there, double check to make sure they had everything that's necessary, which they do.
Jim, I think, doing a double take on those silvers is like, wait, oh, no, I want those.
Is it the single layer or the silver ones? I'm not sure. And Illa's picking up the ice rod just as Gamer Cow is about to make her walk into fight out lamb moles. And GFE noping out of his 300 rupees as well from the witches. They're giving the witches the pay they deserve.
Oh! Last possible second before it had to go to it. Well, hi, Turtle Rock. How you doing?
Now Turtle Rock is available, so the only thing locking us behind a pedestal potentially is the bow.
Bow or the book with the bow on one of the tablets.
That's right.
Wow. Bow on Trinex just for maximum troll?
We do have everything we need to clear. We've got Samaria, we've got both the rods. It's very, very clearable.
Yet, ironically, no one runner can do it right now.
That's a good catch.
GamerCal doesn't have the Ice Rod or Samaria. Gem's gonna be picking up their Ether, but they don't have Samaria yet. Or do they? I'm pretty sure
I
they
saw
have the
a
knowledge.
person take the chest down. I think 2 people have Samaria, but I don't know the second person is. Possibly Gem.
I think Gem has to have it. We'll find out in a moment. We'll find out in a moment because they will have to switch to a light source. Oh.
Yes, Gem does have Samaria. Okay, so Gem has Samaria and both Fire and Ice Rod.
Okay,
they
so
have the ability.
Gem will be the first one who can tackle Turtle Rock if they so chose.
Correct. At this point in time, we have all of our runners that are kind of circling around and checking things that the other person has already checked. We're not getting any new information quite yet. It looks like Illis is going to run over and possibly pick up Jeremiah, return Jeremiah, and get their cane to Samaria. Gamer Cal's running through Ice Palace now because they have the clear. GFE is clearing out Desert. We've got Gem who just finished clearing out Desert.
Illy's checking the big game first. That makes perfect sense. And then come back up north. All right, so here's another interesting question. I didn't see anybody go into Eastern yet. I don't recall seeing anybody go into Eastern. I remember seeing Saha, and then that was it.
That's true. We haven't had the people risk the double dip because we need the bow in order to complete Eastern, and no one has said, okay, let me get those things and hope the bow's in there. We did have Gem do the check-in on Pod, hoping the bow was there and not finding it with any luck.
Yeah. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a vanilla bow. That would be trolly too. That would be trolly too. Let's be fair.
If they're clearing the pendants expecting the bow to be on pedestal when it's sitting in its vanilla spot the entire time. I'd have to say I would go for a vanilla Eastern before I would bother trying to clear out everything else for the pedestal.
Sadism is a thing. It's so fun.
Well, if sadism is a thing and commentators' curse is a thing, I'll go ahead and say this. I've been watching now for about 6 months and have not seen a pedestal scene yet.
What?
Haven't seen it yet.
Wow. I'll give you some props. That actually kind of takes some skill to not see one in 6 months. I will be honest. I take a little bit of skill because I've seen so many. It's not even funny. I've played in so many.
I figured that's why it was the commentator's curse, you know? As soon as you say it, that's going to happen.
And Jim is making the play.
Turtle Rock, here we come.
So, another interesting side note. Note that Jim only has the fighter sword.
I was just about to make that exact same comment, that with these you can activate the tablets with just the fighter sword.
Yep.
Opening it up, but then saying, hey, I'd rather check hookshot first before I dip in there.
Makes sense. Quick 4-item check. I see a message in chat, and I'm gonna refrain from saying a pun. I'm gonna refrain.
Oh, look at yourself setting that up. Illa's picking up her, oh goodness, lantern in the library, and they're going to continue to take that chest on the way back to pick up their Cane of Samaria.
Makes perfect sense to me. There's your bonus medallion, Jim. Now you can get in the mire if you really want to.
All tablets available for Gem.
Yep.
And Cave 45, or what I like to call the O Cave, is not giving us anything but a little bit of cash.
Thanks, Hen. Thanks. We found the boots, Hen.
Oh, no.
Boots are in Dark Village. We know this.
Because typically people come to Turtle Rock before visiting Thieves Town.
You mean you don't?
I try to avoid Thieves Town as much as possible. There's the bow!
Heyo!
And with that, I believe that kills the pedestal.
It does, unfortunately. Hint for Boots, and Boots locked Turtle Rock. Yep.
Yes, this kills the pedestal because we no longer need the book in order to access Palace, because we have the mirror and access to Misery Mire.
Yep, we do have a Master Sword. We have everything we need, so we are in a no mode. Jim needing to pick up an additional sword to be in go mode. We do know where two of them are. We don't know where one of them is.
We do know that there's a sword hiding back on the graveyard ledge. And we have a
swamp
sword.
Big Chest.
I'm waiting to see some rage slashes on that Turtle Rock hint.
Nah, you probably won't see any. Because at this point, it's expected to find the Boots hint. And actually, there was a comment earlier. Boots locked Turtle Rock. Well, the entirety of Turtle Rock is not Boots locked.
Which
Just
parts
the
of
laser
Turtle
bridge.
Rock?
Just the laser bridge and Tyrannex are the only parts that would have been Boots locked in this seed because of the lamp.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Because of the dark room.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. They are correct. To enter Turtle Rock in this seed required Ether, which was on Landmo, with a key locked on a torch. So yeah, Turtle Rock was completely Boots locked.
Yeah, you're right. It was. Absolutely.
I love seeds like this.
Love when chat catches us on our little mistakes, because it's like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. Yammercal picking up their ice rod.
Take a note, GFE is in Turtle Rock right now and has not found the ice rod yet.
Hasn't even found the cape yet. Needs to head over to Thieves. He has seen the ice rod. He knows where it is. So he's thinking it's potentially a double dip, which unfortunately is not.
That is not the case.
Excuse me.
All good. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. All right, so wow, a lot of keys in the front of Turtle Rock. I'm just gonna point that out. You rarely see two keys in the Dark Maze. You rarely see two keys.
With these 2 keys, we could theoretically skip right over Laser Bridge, but like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
would you when you still want to like find that sword?
Yep. Yeah, Jim cannot afford to do that. Gamer Cow picking up their Tempered Sword.
Already in Ilium just picking up those silvers and is going to flute their way to check out what that mushroom's going to offer him.
Of course, map and compass on the Laser Bridge, so Treadex holds the final item. Unfortunately for Jim, this means it's a Hammer Tridex fight.
Oh, that's true, because we're still sitting with just a fighter sword. And Nila's picking up those 300 gold that he got from the witches in order to get themselves some more potions.
Yeah. So again, chat, Jim has all the items to beat the game with the exception of the sword. There's only one more sword available that we don't know the location of. Jim is likely not going to be getting one of them, and that would be the Swamp Palace one. However, I believe they still have Northern Dark World to check, which means that they would be getting it with that check.
There's still a few more places that we haven't checked yet. GFE going ahead and checking the Mimic Cave.
Yeah, one of those places is Misery Mire. just put that out there.
Just put it out there. Just put it out there. I don't know if you've put that out there yet on this this particular seed.
No one loves Mire.
I have to say, kind of not my favorite dungeon in the world. Not my least favorite, but certainly not my favorite.
I mean, it's not bad if you get a God Mire, it's cool. But
And the Master Sword opening up their Turtle Rock, while Gamer Cow is right in the same vein. We're gonna have a lot of people in Turtle Rock at the same time.
Yep. All right, Jim, where you go? You're fluting to 5, like I think you're going to. Yep.
Right inside the Eastern. Might as well take that out while we're in the area, hoping to find that.
Pod and Eastern.
And since we've already accessed Pod, might as well take that one out first, because we know we can zip right through it.
Yep. So Jim is at least playing this methodically, going, I want to do Ice Palace as go mode if I can, and I don't want to search for a sword in Ice Palace. Which, yes, you don't want to search for a sword in Ice Palace. You don't want to search for anything in Ice Palace, really.
No. So nice we're on go mode.
GFE going to be getting the very bad news on this final item, being the map, I believe, or the compass. It's one or the other. Doesn't matter. Compass,
Exactly,
and you are now locked out, sir.
Unfortunately, he has not found his cape, which is what he needs to get on top of Bumper Cave to pick up his ice rod before he can take on Trinex. And that cape is hiding inside of one of the chests inside of the Thieves' Town dungeon.
That would be the vanilla big key chest. So we're going to get our first look at the Helmstor King. I believe he has an item. I might be wrong. It's been a while since Pod. Yep, he has an item. Okay.
Okay, he has some kind of an item, because we found the other 3 plus all the keys.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was unsure. I was like, I don't remember seeing both map and compass, but it was a while ago, so.
Hey, Duke Firebird, look at Gamer Cal. You're about to get your wish.
Huzzah!
The only thing we're really good at.
What are they searching for? They're searching for the bow. Okay, yeah, they don't want to do
Right.
Turtle Rock.
Yeah, they're definitely searching for the
Oh,
bow.
wait, did they? Wait a minute. Do they not have Samaria?
I don't know if they checked the hint that tells them where Samaria is.
That was going to be my next question.
I think everyone checked the hints. I mean, everyone's been pretty diligent about that. Maybe that's not what they're looking for. I think they're really looking for that bow.
Yeah. All right, can we get a Godmire just because? Just for maximum. Actually, no, we can't get a Godmire because we know where the big key is. Never mind.
Correct.
Hey, a shield. Is that the first shield of the game? That is the first shield.
Supposed to go into Eastern first. No wonder the first shield's there. And next chest is the second shield, and the next chest is the...
Might want to go to Turtle Rock, maybe? Well, they already have Turtle Rock laser bridge access anyway.
Yeah.
But... Okay, Cal did... I was being informed by chat, Cal did not check Spec Rock.
Ah, okay.
And the pause menu just confirmed it. Give him a sword. Okay, good. So they now know that the other small key is that. Okay, good. Very good. So they're not going to do the intermission chest. Can we get a fourth sword in here just to at least make it worthwhile? Nope. That's the second item.
There's your Berna. So Berna, I mean, it's a nice item to have in the background, but when you get the cape, it's kind of pointless.
All right. And we saw the hint in Eastern, something sharp is above the pose. So we've gotten 2 sword hints.
I'm not sure what above the pose means itself.
Above the pose, that is the graveyard ledge.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yes. Igor being a bully.
All right, here goes Gamer Cal. Looks like Gamer Cal is gonna go in the right direction. Come on, you're gonna find it. Go return Jeremiah.
Yeah, so Jim has now obtained their knowledge. Jim is now effectively in Go mode. They know where a sword is. However, they will only be in Master Sword mode.
And it's not going to be the worst thing because we do have the silver arrow, so it's not that we're trying to do a Master Sword Ganon fight.
True, there is that consolation. Of course, there could be a fourth sword somewhere else.
And Illis taking down Trinex to set themselves up. With this, that puts Illis just needing Eastern Palace and Pod.
Yeah, picture perfect. So we have a race.
That we do. We have Gem, who is in Go mode, just needs to pick up the Master Sword, but knows where the Master Sword is. We have Illis in Go mode, just needs to take out Pod and Eastern Palace.
Pod and Eastern Palace, which are... I don't recall where the big key was in Pod, but we do know that the Bollock side has 2 small keys, so... That's all I can remember. Jim, however, has to do Go mode Ice Palace and can just walk to the back of Skull Woods. So this is going to be very close.
Gamer Cal is taking their chest down to go pick up their Cane of Samara. They'll be very happy with that. They do have the Fire Rod and the Ice Rod, which will give them access to Turtle Rock, which will give them their bow, and then they will be in Go mode.
Yep, Jim beelined right for the Graveyard Ledge. Can't say I blame him.
Get there, give me this item so I can finish what I need to do.
And at 1:14:12, that is officially a Go mode for Jim.
I don't know when we had the official Go mode for Illis, but it was a little bit ago.
It was. But both Jim and Illis both running on Master Swords. GFE and GamerCal running on tempered swords, so this still... This is going to be an execution race in Ganon's Tower, so this is going to be a doozy.
Absolutely, because we need Illus finishing Palace of Darkness and Easter Palace, and Gem needs to finish Ice Palace and Skull Woods.
Yeah. However, both Skull Woods and Ice Palace relatively fast, especially in go mode. Whereas Illus has to go through Pod
In order to find
have to get the big key. Whereas Gem does not need a big key at all. Only one big key left for Gem to get, and that is the big key of Evil's Bane.
Not starting that game quite yet, but real soon.
Not just yet.
We have GFE still looking for that cape, and they're looking inside of Pod. I mean, they have the boat, so they totally can complete Pod, but they still don't have that cape, which they need to get the Ice Rod.
Yep. GFE, I believe, thinks that, okay, this is a required double dip Turtle Rock. That's got to be his thought process, because that's the only thing he's thinking of. But he's not thinking of the pendant dungeons that he can do.
Right, trying to avoid the pendant dungeons is a good way to try to speed up your time until the items that you need inside of them. Now, in this case, the cape was in the first 4 chests, and I have to say, when I'm playing, usually I try to hit those first 4 chests because it doesn't take that long to check them.
Yeah. I mean, my personal strategy. If I can complete the dungeon, even if it's a pendant, I'm gonna do it.
That's good too.
I have no idea what the heck happened with Illus. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, the beetle. Thanks, phone.
And Gem finishing up Skull Woods. We are now down to just an Ice Palace, a go mode Ice Palace.
Yep, so Jim is going to be in the lead. So Jim should be the first one in the Ganon's Tower. You know what would have been funny if Jim checked that hint and saw that there's a sword locked behind a hammer? They'd be like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Well, I mean, as it is, we have everything we need to clear Ganon's Tower. I thought we were going to get locked out. I've seen a couple seeds where you don't have the boots and you walk into Ganon's Tower and I find the boots.
Right. Yeah, but it's more of the, hey, you found the something sharp is locked by a hammer and you're in Ice Palace.
Ah!
That's what makes it cruel. It's like, what do? Do you clear ice? Do you... That would weigh on my mind, but so it's kind of a good thing maybe they did not check that.
I think the last exciting thing we have coming up for Gem and Illus is to see if that 4th sword is going to be in any one of those early 26 chests.
Yep. So, a fun fact about this conveyor belt room that I learned last night, watching somebody else play. If you and the key are on the conveyor belt, you actually move faster than the key if you stand completely still. Which it does not seem like it should be doing that, but for some reason it does.
Figured this out.
No, somebody they were doing the lineup for the NMG where you just dash through and collect the key, but the key is like 1 pixel one pixel down, so they didn't get it. So they just stood right by the key. It's like, how is this not picking it up? And then they're noticing that they were moving faster than the key on the conveyor belt. They're like, what? They just let it run just for like a few moments. It was kind of funny. Yeah, gem checking double freeze door. That's like the one check I do in Go Mode Ice.
All right, dropping down to the to Cold Stare, or to the room before Cold Stare, where we have Illis, who's trying to make a go mode through Eastern.
Gamer Cal says, I don't need no lamp.
Bad props.
I mean, it's not like they don't know where it is, because they do.
Those spinning fire rods help a little bit to keep your balance.
Oh, yeah. And with that, that is the 7th crystal for Gem.
And we are in game mode. If you're in chat, get your numbers in now. We're about to play a little game, and that is you're trying to figure out where are we going to find that big key to get us on top of Ganon's Tower. Get your numbers in now. My friend, what is your call?
My favorite number, 13. I always call 13.
I think I've heard you call that before.
Oh, yeah. I love calling lucky number 13, man.
It's a good number. Go fast. So go ahead. Give me a 2.
Yep. This is unfortunately unofficial, as we only run the bot for tournament matches. But it's still a nice little fun game we like to play.
And with that, Illis is on their way up to Ganon's Tower as well, just running a little bit behind.
Yep. So we.
A simple cross.
So in this instance, we always use the first player to enter the threshold count. So if they do split ways, we still run off of the first person to enter, and that would always be the official count. And that's also the official rules when tournaments are on the line as well.
And it's so important to be official, because this game, there is an incredible, incredible prize. That is all of the applause.
Yes. Yeah, so this is literally going to be an execution race between Gem and Illus, both with Master Sword Silvers.
But the distance between them just being across from one side of Death Mountain to the other.
Yeah, less than a minute separates these runners. Let's take a look at the times when they enter Ganon's Tower.
That's what I was thinking.
1:22:38.
All right.
Oh, and we are going left.
1 and 2 are out. Funny. Three just being a key.
"38 seconds separates these two runners. And Illus is saving time going left. So that's a catch-up. Now the question, do they do Dark Magician route?
Aha. 4 and 5. Not going to give us the big key. 6 and 7. Still just some more keys. Big key is not there yet.
Alright, let's see what happens here. We've already found all 4 small keys in Ganon's Tower. I had to double check my math on that. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, Illus is doing Dark Magician strat. Here we go. Will Illus pull ahead, or will Gem take the lead? Even more commanding.
mind just providing us some bombs.
And it's in Rando Room!
Oh, no. So it's going to give us a nice commanding lead over to Gem because Illis is checking the right side first.
And I believe that was chest number 10.
That's chest number 10.
Did anybody say 10? Yes, Maximus! GG's!
GG, Maximus.
Talwin, you also said 10. GG on that one as well. So at this point now, this is going to be Jim's race to lose.
And looking over to Runs Live, it is also Gem in at this point in the 40 race has completed.
Yeah, that is correct. We've had no finishers yet, so... And just as a note, we have had a couple people unfortunately drop out due to IRL commitments, which totally understandable. Lots of things happen.
Gem doing a great job finishing up this this gauntlet right here. And now we have Illis on the side who's going to be able to find so they can work their way into the randomizer room, which they're only about 2 rooms away.
Yep. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh boy, Lamnos are going to be synced up now. Let's see what happens here. All 3 of them. Oh boy, here we go. I only got 1. Ow. Illa's checking the other 3 chests just in case there's a sword. No sword.
Gamer Cow, working his way in through, has led to Eastern Palace and then Pod, and then they will be in go mode on their way to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, that is correct. Not surprised that we're seeing not surprised that we're seeing top of tower checks here. Hey, the map. You know where you're at. GG.
An incredible strat right there from Gem getting that last lantern lit. They actually ran out of magic for their fire rod before lighting the last lantern and reached across the gap and turned it on with their lantern.
Whatever works. Alright, are we gonna get a sword as the final chest? Okay, that was a poke, I think.
Oh, Trolldorm is trying to be trolly, trying as much as he can.
There we go. Yep, it was a poke, so that was a good notice. It is not a sword, but it is a heart container. So it looks like that last sword will be forever unknown. How well do you know your geometry? See how well we do here. Ooh. That potentially could have been a triple. Nice triple to end it for Jim. Dark Wizard is down. Go make some bacon.
It is bacon time.
GFE, I love you, man, but no, it's not in there.
Oh,
Go to Thieves. Go to Thieves.
Trying to do what you asked him to.
Oh.
But the logic is telling him, hey, I've got the cane of Samaria. Clearly there's something in here that I need to catch on to.
True. Wait. Oh. You know, I did not notice this. Look what Illis has.
He has a tempered sword.
He does. So it looks like there was a sword on the right side that we missed when Jim was getting the big key.
Yes, we do know where all four of the swords were.
We now know where all of them are. This could get... Oh. This is not over.
If there is a Ganon knockdown, it is certainly not over.
Definitely. If it's a Ganon knockdown, I think Illus will take it. Oh, but Jim finding a good spot. Is that enough? Okay, we are in phase 3.
And there goes Aghanim down, and Illis is on his way to try to catch up. But we have Jeb in phase 3, so this should be a really, really close race.
It should. Although they are going to definitely have different teleport patterns, as the teleport pattern is based on the start of the fight, including the movement in phases 1 and 2. But hitting phase 4... barring a knockdown, Jim has it. Barring a fall.
I don't think that is going to happen here.
Oh.
Commentator, quit talking.
I was about to say, that's all on you?
That would be my fault.
With that, though, that is GG's for Jim.
Jim coming in 6th place overall on SRL with an official time of 1:32.55. Our first place runner, Stogie Town, coming in with a 1:28.18. GG's to them.
Yep, and there was actually a snipe for that first place. Second place, Zelda Gaisan, 1:28.37. So we had a fanfare. So we had a fanfare snipe.
A fanfare, yeah, it makes sense.
All right. Unfortunately, Jim is declining interview. But GG's to Jim. Hopefully, maybe they'll come into chat if there's any questions. But GG's to Jim. First place on the restream.
GG's to Jim. And Illa's completing their battle with Ganon. Will be walking through there and completing this race themselves in a few seconds.
And there's actually the race's first place finisher, Stogie Town, in chat. GG's to Stogie. And Illis crossing the line. 7th place, 1:34.17. See if Illis will join us.
And GFE decided to go ahead and finish off Vitreous, so we did get the one wish to complete
Yay!
complete that particular dungeon, and he is still on his look to try to find that cape. To Thieves Town, my friend.
He's not going to Thieves. He's gonna see the Elder.
Well, he got the green pendant, so let's go talk about Tarantula. At least he won't go as far to do the pedestal check, because he will get that cape before he needs to go all the way to complete the boss.
Yep. All right, Illus will be joining us in a moment. They need a small break, which understandable.
Very understandable with this kind of a scene. It was one major trick in it, and that was the cape to the ice rod. Other than that, it was really just a good fun run. Cal about to walk into the randomizer room, and there we'll find his big key. We'll be able to swarm. And if we take a note, Gamer Cal does have the gold sword. It did manage to pick up all 4 of the swords in this run.
All right. That's going to be a very fast gathering fight. Oh, hey, look at that. Saha had a pair of clothes. And the other one was behind Ice Armos, so... And Illus, GG!
GG, Rip Blue Mail.
Yeah. So, you and Jim were so close. Like, entering Ganon's tower, you guys were 38 seconds apart.
Yeah, but I entered GT with 3 hearts.
True, but I think the deciding factor was that you chose to go Dark Magician route, and the big key was in Rando room.
Well, in the end, it didn't turn out to be Dark Magician. It was like more the strat that Pink Kitty Rose does, like going left and right and then left again. I planned to do Dark Magician, but I was too low on hearts and magic, so I figured, yeah, might as well go to Rando room.
Yeah. But you did find the... Oh my goodness! Look what was on pedestal! We had a Paradox Seed! This was a Paradox Seed.
Nice.
If it was, wow. Now that I could say was the first time I've seen a Paradox.
That is brilliant. You're not going to get the book because you need the book. I love it.
Yeah, we were talking much earlier when we were trying to, like, where the heck is that bow? And we're like, well, there's 2 options on PED, and we have the book and the bow. With the logic change that happened.
Yeah, it was a bit in the back of my mind, but I still had a lot of checks left, so I wasn't too worried about pedestal. Especially after I found Ether and could go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah. How about finding that bow in Turtle Rock? That must have been very, very relieving.
Yeah, it was quite relieving, though I figured that the bow was likely in there. I tried to go into Turtle Rock before, and then I reminded myself, oh, I need Ether. And I tried to go Desert Palace, or I tried to clear Desert Palace before having the boots. The boots were literally what crippled my run from being God Rod.
Yeah,
That's absolutely true. You had a great beginning because you went south to go to the dam first, and you found the flippers and the flute long before anybody else did. If those boots had been down there, it would have been incredible.
Yeah, and I found the mirror very early, and it all went really well. Until I found those boots.
But yeah, the fun fact is you made us turn out to be witches, specifically me. We're like, because you went when you did the pyramid, because you were like, well, you could go check that with Catfish and whatnot. It's like, yeah, but he doesn't have the mirror. Literally 2 seconds after I saw that, the mirror came into view on the pyramid. So that was just perfect.
I was so glad to find that mirror, because then I could route in the Zora checks, and I got that hookshot, and it was very nice.
You and I were thinking along the exact same lines, Ellis. It was a great run.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty happy overall with how it went.
Yeah, definitely. The only quote-unquote mistake was just not getting the boots. before doing Thieves, before doing Desert, but at the same time, how could you know?
Yeah, exactly. Boots could have been on my way as well, and then I might have been the person who finished first.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Fun fact. Something brought up in chat. How about that Boots locked hint in Turtle Rock that you couldn't get that hint until you had Boots?
It was awesome. I slashed it a few times.
Silly.
So redundant hints. Those are always fun, right?
We have Gamer Cal taking out his geometry game with Agadem and going to be heading down to take care of Ganon now. So Gamer Cal will be done with a gold sword fight against Ganon in a few seconds.
Yep.
Oh, where was the last sword upgrade?
Which one did you not get? I believe you did not complete. You did not 100% Swamp Palace, did you?
I did not 100% Swamp Palace. I just get the boss.
Big key on the left side in the big chest.
Well,
that sword.
You had to remember
I found
which sword you
enough
did not
swords.
get. I was like, I think it was that one.
I found enough swords, so it wasn't a big issue. I could have also done Master Sword Ganon, but that would have been a pain. So at least I'm kind of glad about
Yeah.
Tempered.
Yeah. Jim, unfortunately, only.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim going through most of the game with just the fighter sword. He picked up the hint that something sharp was above the pose, and that was it.
Oh,
So-
I did not see that hint. I'm kind of glad I still picked it up.
Yeah, I think they picked that up when where was that hint at? I don't remember now.
I don't remember where the hint was either, but yeah, he definitely ran through a whole, like, entered in Turtle Rock still with the fighter sword.
And had a clean Trinex fight, at least for that. And Big Pig is down for Gamer Cal.
Very clean, quick fight there. That's what happens when you have the gold sword.
And Gamer Cal, 14th place, 142.02. So, ironically, GFE, the only runner out of the entire group to actually be able to do Turtle Rock last.
This is true, which is convenient because he's already really close. He'll be stepping into Ganon's tower here very, very soon.
Looks like we have Gamer Cal. Let me pull them in. Gamer Cal, GG!
Yo, GG. How's
Cheers,
it
buddy.
going?
So, how about being the only runner in the group to find all 4 swords?
Yeah, how about that? Everybody else gets away with it totally fine, but nope, the moment I try and do anything fancy in GT, nah, it's done.
You weren't the only one to do that, at least. Illus did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a stupid play for stupid people, let's be real, but at the same time, it works every other time somebody else does it, so,
Exactly.
you know. I'm glad we're in agreement with this, because it's just like, man, it's just frustrating, because you see it so often, and it's never punished unless you do it. I'm just like, why?
Yep.
Why does this stupid tower hate me so much?
Yep. So, how about that bow?
Oh, I knew it was there. I just was hoping King Samario was somewhere a bit better.
You know the very bad thing about this? Reload the seed and go to Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, there was definitely
You did not read the hint tile.
Oh,
did you?
yeah, okay.
Oh,
So-
did it say that Kane was at purple chest? I
Yes,
didn't read
it
that
did.
either.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah.
I just got
no.
lucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Canis
funny thing
Maria
about
is in a
that-
chest that requires a specialist to unlock.
So funny thing with that, I actually was planning on doing that stuff after doing Tower of Hera, and then I just forgot about it and flew it away without doing Spectacle Rock Cave. So I was like, And that's why I went back afterwards, like, you numpty, there's a thing up there still, come on. You know? And then it was like, there was no point at that stage of going in and looking at the hint because it was just so late in. But yeah, I would have looked at that if I'd have actually done it the regular way around, because I'd have just gone straight in and probably saved quite out of the caves. So whoops, that would have saved like probably 10 minutes or so, but then I also would have been on Master Sword only, so I don't know, because I probably wouldn't have done the stupid stuff in GT if like 8 people hadn't already done, so you know.
Yep. So GFE is doing the one thing no one else has done. He's in Tile Room.
I was so tempted.
Well.
The best item ever.
Wow, there it is. Getting
Validation arrow.
Oh man.
Poor GFE, unfortunately, he had the time of his life because he dipped Turtle Rock without the ice rod.
Oh,
He
okay.
knew where it was. He
But he
never
didn't
went into
do Feast
Thieves.
Uh-huh.
You go to
He
Feast Town to
actually-
find that cape. Yeah.
He effectively full cleared.
Yeah, that was interesting, seeing the thing there. I did note pretty quickly that the 4 items were picked up in the first 4 possible chests, so that was kind of cool. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can just get Cricket here and, you know, not have to worry about the stuff. The mirror in plain sight was really interesting, because I was like, what have I not checked that is in that? Oh, right, okay. And then having the glove hit from before, I was like, well, that has to be in Swamp Palace then. There's almost no other way that's going to work, with it being a glove specifically, because the other spots tend to be hammerlocked.
Well,
yeah,
the moment we saw that hint, the glove is hammerlocked. We're like, okay, well, we know it can't be in Turtle Rock. We know it can't be in Mire. We know it can't be in Ice.
Yep.
Oh, Vanilla Thieves. Swamp.
And then I disproved that one pretty quickly. I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's not Vanilla Thieves. And so it was either like Helmasaur maybe, or it was in Swamp Palace pretty much. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun. And then we were getting down to that nitty gritty, trying to find that flippin' bow, and we're like, all right, what are we down to? We were looking at Pedestal, because it's like Pedestal opened up pretty rapidly, really.
I mean, the
It
pet had
did.
the
Everything
book
that we were
on it,
looking at,
so-
all the items that we were finding were in the corner where all of the pendant dungeons were, and it's like, it's looking like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun fact, this is still, like I said, this is the first Paradox seed I've seen. So, if you saw what was on the pedestal in your game,
I did.
That would have been the cruelest thing ever. It's like, great, now do you do Ether or Bondos first?
Yeah, it's like, oh, welcome to version 30.4. You know, have fun. These are relevant again now, don't forget it.
Yep. So yeah, there was a question. There was a question in chat. Where were the swords? We had Paradox Cave, Graveyard Ledge, Swamp Big Chest, and right side Ganon's Tower.
I was at least happy that going back in through Swamp stuff yielded that, because like, oh, well, at least that's useful, you know. Because it was the second sword I had at the time, so like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Agonizing though. I almost did the blacksmith stuff right after doing what I call VT Cave, because of inverted mode, you know, Cave 45. He's put his insignia outside it. It's totally VT Cave now. Come on. So yeah, I was so close just to doing it at that point, because I was like, well, I can do that, then probably flute back and go up and get the ice rod I knew was there, because I was saving that until I had mirror for Graveyard Ledge and whatnot. And yeah, I could have done it. Would have been nice, but you know, it is what it is.
So, in your guys' opinion, what was the trolliest part of the seed for you guys, aside from the bow placement?
Oh, the bow wasn't even a problem. Let's be honest. It was pretty obvious where that was.
Running later and later and later into the scene, it's like you got to start thinking. It's like, oh god, could it literally? Because the entire with the entirety of the pedestal being a possibility, and I'm like, that would be on the back of my mind as a runner. I'd be like, there's a possibility it's on the freaking pedestal.
Oh, pedestal.
There was so many checks left.
Yeah, also that, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, granted, there's a lot of the checks left, and I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to, hey, let's go run 2.5 item mire. It's green pendant. I mean, Thieves Town I probably would have cleared, I'll be honest. Just because it's like, well, hey, I can full clear it, may as well just grab all the items.
I personally think, to come back to your question, the trolliest item was the mirror on the pyramid.
That was pretty cool at the very least.
I usually hate that placement so much, and yeah, I'm glad I could sniff it out.
Yeah. Mirror on the pyramid made me be a witch, but that's beside the point.
It wasn't relevant to progression, but the trolliest thing for me was actually Bombers, because that came up in Super Bunny Cave. Bombers being needed for Maya was like, well, if you're looking at it in terms of what unlocks the next chain thing, Maya's probably got something then, because he has to. I was still looking for Samaria at that point as well, so it's wasn't relevant to the overall placement, but it was the thing that unlocked the third pendant dungeon. I was like, it's so far into the chain here, it could well be something. So
that's true, and that's what Duke was calling a good twist of the game. He's like, let's see it, and then we got it, and it turned out that Meyer didn't really have anything of import.
Yeah. I'm just saying, come on, we have two pendant dungeons with progression. Let's just do all three. Why not?
It gets to the point, doesn't it?
Yeah. Easy dispatch a moldworm for GFE.
Yeah, overall though, it is what it is. I'm not particularly surprised or even disappointed really with the placement stuff. I don't feel like I played especially good in this seat either, so I'm not really too surprised that I ended up being a decent bit back here. But yeah, you missed that one hint because it's really far out of the way compared to the other ones, and look how long it takes to correct that. Oh well, it is what it is.
To me personally, it was quite surprising to finish this slow, quote-unquote, because I have found quite a few trolley locations without even checking the hint. And yeah, I routed this very well. I didn't execute quite well, but I think it was well enough, and I was kind of surprised to see 6 people finish ahead of me, despite me having such a good early to mid game. But as I said before, I'm overall pretty happy with how it went.
Oh, speaking of early game stuff, how about being 8 rupees short of getting to Zora when I was up there? I did a little bit. I was like, okay, there's 20 rupee drops in the item pool. There's surely one of them's gonna drop it up here. So it's like I'm about 100 and what was it, about 108, 109 rupees short or something when I was doing the other check stuff around. I was like, all right, we'll farm for 100 because that's along the way to get into the Agina cave, and then there's gotta be rupees up in the other flipper areas, and nope. Luckily it wasn't necessary, but it's just like, really?
Those darn Zolas are just dingy.
Yeah.
Yep. GFE slashed through Ganon, already in phase 3, halfway through it.
Yeah, good job I did have that gold sword, I guess, because I don't really know why I didn't get the double hit in the first phase. The double spin off the trident. Not entirely sure how I missed that, but whatever. When you've got Gold Sword, it doesn't matter. It's just there for practice.
Yeah. I'm still not confident in my ability to try to do the plank off of the trident, so... And that is 4 arrows into the pig.
And he is down, which would bring him in 28th place on SRL. Great runs, GG to him. We're still waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 more runners are left in this race, all doing a great job.
I want to say it's incredible how competitive this community has become over, I don't know, the last few weeks or months. It's kind of hard to get really good finishes. And,
yeah, I'm kind of thoroughly outclassed at this point. I will admit.
no way.
Love seeing a lot of the new names and whatnot, and just the rising popularity of randomizers just in general. And with the tournament being over, just yeah, lots of craziness. Hey.
It looks like we may have GFE coming to join us in for a quick interview.
Yep.
That ends our, for the streamers, our 4 runners have completed it. Thanks to everyone who spent the time to watch this run. We're going to have an interview of GFE coming up here in a second. And yeah, GG to all the runners.
Yep. And I threw the links up in chat. Definitely give these guys a follow. These guys, all 4 of them, wonderful at randomizer. From the matches I've seen, from week dailies, previous tournament runs, just everything in general. These guys, they basically kick tail, and it takes a special person to want to be streamed and getting restreamed and performing in front of an audience, because it's a lot harder than you think when you got lots of people watching you. I've been on both ends of the coin there, so.
I do like the rise in popularity of this game. As I said, I'm fairly new within the last 6 months as far as watching and know about participating in runs myself, but I love it, is though given the commentary and seeing that there's 400, 500 people that are interested in watching what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I've been, oh god, when did I start with Rando? I might want to say version 18, maybe? I don't really honestly remember.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, I'm an oldie.
I feel like a newbie compared to that. I started at like version 27 or so.
Seeing what's up with the GFE here. Not certain if he's having mic issues. He's typing in our Discord here.
Yeah, he'll be up right now.
Let's see. Hey, GFE, GG.
Hey, GFE.
Hey.
There we go.
Oh.
Good run, buddy.
Hey, well done.
Yeah.
Not joking around.
I went from basically a great route possible, all because I skipped Run of Thieves down, which I literally never do. Time.
Wow.
The hidden cape.
Yeah. After Run of Thieves down, I just decided to do everything else, hoping. I was honestly hoping it would be behind that bow in T-Rock. Save my portal. That's why I routed Eastern and Pod the way I did.
Yeah, that made perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense
Yeah.
once you're already in that area. If you can find what you need up in Turtle Rock, then you don't have to go ahead and keep going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Rod's always, so why not be locked behind it? But not in this seed.
Yeah. Well, at
Yep,
least you
Thieves.
knew where the ice rod was, which at least there was that consolation. But
Yeah, it turned from the ice rod search to the cape search. I was fully expecting to go pull Ped after Thieves Town, so.
Yep. Which would have given you a headache to see what the pedestal was on your side.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. Was it book or something?
It was these storybooks once again.
Oh wow, the seed. And then just to top it off, I chose to do tile room. Bro.
That was the single arrow you used to kill Ganon, right?
Yeah.
Sure. We'll
Totally.
say that.
Only one to find it. Only one to find the most unique item of all unique items. So.
Oh, trust me, I was tempted to do that chest when it came to that. I saw the point. I was like, seriously, is this because I did basically the Dark Magician style thing after going down to check the firebar room. I was like, well, everybody else gets away with this. It's going to be on the right side with how many small keys I've got here. And I was so tempted just to go back and do tile room after it wasn't at Armor's Nights, because I did full right after that. So, really, really tempted, but I resisted in the end because I was like, well, whatever, let's just do the regular thing I done in the first place.
Yeah, I did Dark Magician, and if I have 4 keys going into tile room, just in case. But at least I didn't go on to Armos, and the only reason I didn't is because my magic was on at that point.
Same. It was the same for me.
Yeah, so fun fact, if you would have actually gone to the Armos Knights, you would have been the only one with red mail.
I don't even remember where I picked up blue mail, to be honest.
You got it from the old man.
Seriously, nobody else rescued?
No, that can't be right, because I did.
Not that old man, the other old man.
Sahasha.
The
okay.
green pendant. Yeah, because I finished Meyer before Thieves Town.
Well, guess who actually did Meyer, but didn't have Smire at the time? So I went into Meyer at the very least.
Honestly, that Cane of Samaria hint is part of the reason I didn't go in the front of Thieves Town, because I was carrying the blacksmith with me at the time.
Yeah.
Guess who also missed that hint?
Yeah, certainly
that was the problem.
Yeah, the moment, like I was saying earlier, the moment we saw that hint in commentary, we're like, oh boy, this is. Because we were discussing pedestal options, and it was like, oh god, this is actually becoming a thing, because we now have access to everything. And then when we got the first Meyer check, we're like, if this is Quake, I would go in, because it's like, this is in my mind it would have been a pedestal seed, and luckily it was Plumpus, so it's like, okay, at least it's not Quake.
Yeah, it was Quake I was going in on.
Disgust of being a pedestal.
Honestly, my early routing, but about early mid part of the seed felt pretty good. I was hoping that some others may have orphaned that hook shot, Dark World access off a hobo. But then when I went up the mountain, and there was literally nothing in Light World Death Mountain.
Apart from the sword. Pretty sure there was a sword up in Paradox, so that was kind of useful.
Oh, well, okay, sword.
Because I went
Hype Cave over to Pyramid and got my mirror play,
nice.
And I felt pretty good. Didn't turn out good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All your guys' early routing was superb. Like the only, I think the only one that was that had the perfect routing, quote unquote, was Illus getting the flute before going into Kakariko. It was the only one.
Yeah, I'm sort of torn between doing stuff with that in standard just because of the save quit time. I tend to find that on average it takes longer to save quit, go down, and then come back up. But that's just my like personal play, I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be slower. It's just the way that it feels for me that it doesn't tend to work out as often as I would like in standard modes. That's why I don't tend to, skip doing Kakariko stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, at least Spike Cave, after finding Cane of Burna in Misery Mire, I almost went there before Thieves Town. I'm like, they're going to put Cape in Spike Cave. And I've already lost big time if it's in Thieves Town, so...
Well, you did go ahead and complete Misery Mire, which is what Duke was hoping for the entire time.
Yeah.
So consolation prize
Yeah.
is you made Duke really happy.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those sadists. I'm sorry, but
Oh, well, you definitely got it on my end.
yeah, we were just like. I mean, it did kind of stink when it was like, well, okay, Mire's not even required anymore, and then hey, he's still going in. Okay, I'm happy. Good enough. but I was also, come on, no, we don't need this anymore. Like, come on, just go to Thieves.
Well, at least I was right with my file name. GFE getting farmed.
That's exactly what it stands for.
Nah, all I can say is bring back the spoiler races. I can at least place in those. Even if it's 2 in the morning when they show up, and I can still place in them. So bring back the spoiler races.
Yeah, I mean, if I took that dip in Thieves down, I probably would have been of at least top 10. But maybe next time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody have any last words about the seed?
I'll just thank you guys for the commentary as always, and thanks to the trackers and Speed Gaming crew.
Yeah, thanks for letting this has been on the restream as well. It's always nice to get just play this really. Even if everybody is hyper amazing at this now in comparison, it's still nice to join in. Like I said, thanks to the restream, and as GFE said, maybe next time we'll get a little bit luckier.
Yep. My last comment would be put boots into GT so no one has an unfair advantage.
well, we discussed that before seeing the lamp on the library. We were like, all right, let's just do that. And just like, nope, never mind, I can't be up there now.
Yeah.
Do it anyway. Put it in there anyway.
But yeah, I also want to thank for the restream. It's been quite a bit since I got restreamed the last time, and I'm always glad to be picked and to be part of this. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Yep. Thank you again for racing. And just taking a look here at the Speed Gaming schedule. Speed Gaming is restreaming and redubbing the ESA Marathon on our Dutch, Spanish, and French. So German. No, it's German. I don't know. Yeah, speak the Deutsch is what I looked at. Yeah. So they're restreaming the ESA Marathon over on those all respective channels. We do currently have other things lined up. Like right now, we have Kirby's Dream Land over on Speed Gaming 1. We got Portal 2 over on Speed Gaming 4. Later on tonight, we got some Donkey Kong Country 3, Mega Man 11, Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Rando later tonight. We have another daily race, which is open mode tonight. Bit of Zelda 1 Rando. And we also have Splatoon 2. Octo Expansion Indie Percent Tournament for today. And of course, we also have the daily races every day at 2 o'clock and... Excuse me. Excuse me. At 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock Eastern. All those are going to be different variant modes. You're not always going to see just open or standard. In fact, I think tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I believe, is an Randomizer. Let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, we have an Randomizer at 2 o'clock. We got Retro open mode Wednesday night. And Friday afternoon, we got Crossworld Key Sanity.
That's my favorite right there. I'll be signing up right now.
There you go.
Oh boy, we already know who's winning that one then. I mean, what?
Oh, I'm not winning it. I'm going to be commentating that one. That's just fun.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I don't know. Yeah. I have played a grand total of 3 Crossworld Key Sanities. The first 2, I made the mistake of not having any notes.
Yeah, you definitely need notes when you're running those.
And
I actually made the mistake of running a crossworld right before commentating, and all my logic was off.
Oops. And then the third one I did, we did it at GDQ. That was a very fun. That was a very fun match.
Alrighty, well,
with that, though,
I'm going to be heading out of here. Duke, thank you so much for your partnership. You're a great commentator. It was good working with you.
Yep. Good to work with you too, man. Appreciate it. And with everybody else here, stay tuned with the Speed Gaming Network again. And again, I do want to emphasize, please give our runners a follow. And our trackers, literally Jen and Marty, thank you so much. Tracking is a lot harder than it really looks, guys, just so you know. These guys are doing the best they can, plus sometimes the software just glitches out and doesn't register when we, like, hey, we said we had this item. And software just like, nope. Oh,
Totally not from experience. What are you talking about?
Holy no, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, good night, everyone.
Well, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Catch you next rando.